Good morning, student. Today I am going to start first chapter of this subjects. Now first chapter is maps and map scales. Now today we'll discuss about the first part of this first chapter. The first part of this chapter is maps. Now we'll see the definition of maps. The simple definition of map is a map is a representation of all or part of the earth drawn on a flat surface at a specific scale. Maps use a variety of symbols and colors to represent selected features of an area. Maps were devised because they are much easier to use, store, and it is very easy to handle from one place to other place, and that's why maps are very important. Now if we take globe and map, so globe we cannot move with the globe, but if we take map, so with the help of that map you can travel from one place to other place, and that's why maps are more easy for handling. Now maps are usually classified according to their use, general purpose, and sometimes they referred to as a reference maps for the natural and to show human man-made features. Now some maps shows natural features just like a coastline, lakes, rivers, boundaries, and in the man-made maps we can see settlements, roads, railway lines, and many other features. The purpose of maps. People use maps to understand the earth. Maps can show many things. Maps are grouped according to what they show. For the map, if we take any map, in the map some particular things are very important, just like a scale, then direction of that map. These two things are very important. Now any map we can see there is particular scale. What is the meaning of that scale? The scale means the ratio of the distance between 2 points on the map and the same 2 points on the earth's surface. Scale can be expressed as a ratio 1 as 50,000. Now here 1 as 50,000, 1 means 1 representing on the map distance and 50,000 at the same time representing on the ground distance. Maps may be classified according to scale, content, or derivations. Classifications of maps on the basis of scale. On the basis of scale, maps are classified into two types. First is a large scale map and second is a small scale maps. First we'll see a large scale map. A large scale map is one that represents a small portions of the earth's surface but shows a great amount of detail. Topographic maps and city street maps or cadastral maps are examples of large scale maps. In general, large scale means inch to mile. Now here inch to mile means 1 inch represent on the map distance, and at that time that 1 inch represent on the ground distance, and for the ground distance the unit is mile, and for the map distance unit is a inch. Now second type is a small scale maps. Small scale maps on the other hand represent large portions of the earth's surface but are not able to show much details. Maps showing continents or the entire world are examples of small scale maps. The scale of that maps is 1 as 1 million, and again here 1 inch representing 1 million on the ground, and if we take 1 million distance, whatever area is covered, that 1 million, it is representing on the map in the 1 inch, and that's what is known as the small scale maps. Now second classification is on the basis of purpose. On the basis of purpose, there are numbers of different types of maps. Just like a cadastral map, topographical maps, weather maps, climatic maps, economic map, distribution map, etc. Now here we'll see one by one. Now cadastral map. The cadastral is a comprehensive land recording of the real estate. It is a large scale map, and it is showing the boundaries of the subdivision of land. Now if we see, this map is known as a cadastral map. Basically this maps is doing for the land records. Now these all are the boundaries. If we take here each part of this map, it means it is particular areas under one particular person. Now here we can see small plots, small parts representing that particular area, individual persons. Second part is a topographical map. The topographical means it is a representations of the three-dimensional shape of the earth's surface. They having unique characteristics of a topographical maps. Use of elevation contour lines to show the shape of the earth's surface. Elevation contours are imaginary lines. The meaning of that contour means the connecting two points by a line. It is known as a contour. Contour make it possible to show the heights and shape of mountains, the depth of the ocean's bottoms, and the steepness of the slope. Now this map representing a topographical maps. Now if we see these brown colored lines are representing, it is known as a contour lines. Now if we see these lines are far from each other, that means they are having this, with the help of these lines we can identify the slope also. Now here in this particular area, or here also, these lines are very close, that means they are having gentle, very steep slope. And if we see these lines are far from each other, that means in that area the slope of the area is gentle. Third type is atlas map. The atlas means it is a collections of maps. It is typically a bundle of maps of earth or a region of earth. Atlas have traditionally been bound into book form, but today many atlases are in multimedia formats. And the four types of that maps is a wall maps. A large map designed to be hang upon the wall in a room, in the office. It is known as a wall map. Mostly this map prepared on a small scale. Next types is political maps. Political maps show political divisions such as countries and states. They may also show capitals and other important cities. Now if we see this map is known as a political map. With the help of these maps we are getting idea about different countries. Now basically in this map we can see the Pakistan, some part of India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq. Now immediately we can recognize with the help of to political maps which country has located in where. So we are getting ideas about that. Next types is a physical map. Physical maps emphasize the natural features of the earth. This includes continents, oceans, islands, lakes, rivers, mountains, plains and deserts. They may also show natural boundaries also. And this is the example of physical map. Now this map representing Africa continents, and with the help of this physical map we can see there are some rivers we can see in this map, some hill ranges also, some mountains also, and these areas under the water bodies. Next type is landform maps. Landform maps are physical maps that show how the earth's surface varies from place to place. They use color to show mountains, hills, plateaus and plains, and this map is the example of that. Now this part in the landforms the color shades are very important, because with the help of that colors we are getting this area under the plain region or this area under the mountain region or hill region. Now if we see these areas, immediately we can recognize here there are some mountain ranges or these areas under the agriculture or vegetations. This blue color represent the water bodies. So with the help of that we are getting idea about the different landforms. Now next types of maps is weather maps. A weather map display various meteorological features across a particular area at a particular points in time and has various symbols which all have specific meanings. Such maps have been in use since the mid 19th century and are used in research and weather forecasting purpose. Now this map is known as a weather map. With the help of this maps we are getting the weather condition of that region, and this maps are prepared by meteorological department, and this meteorological department has located in Pune, that is known as the Shimla office. Before it was in Shimla and after some years it has shifted to Pune, and that's why it is known as the Shimla office. Now if we see these areas, they having some these lines are showing the isobars, and in this particular area if we see these lines are round, it means in this particular areas low pressure center has developed. And if we see here they have written here H means high pressure area. High pressure area has developed in this area, and in this weather maps we are getting ideas about the daily weather conditions, and these maps are prepared by meteorological department, and with the help of these maps daily weather conditions we are getting, the daily climatic conditions of particular areas we are getting, and with the help of that we can recognize today's sky condition is clear or they have going to rain tomorrow. Now next types is a geological map. Geological maps represent the distributions of different types of rocks and surface, as well as locations of geological structure such as the fault and folds. Geological maps are primary source of information of various aspects of land use planning, including the buildings and transportation system. Now if we see this map is known as a geological map, and in this particular area we can recognize what types of rock structure is that area and where this rock, in which era this rocks has formed. We can get ideas about this with the help of geological map. Next map is a climatic map. It is a picture of current weather pattern in a given area. It usually consists of a conventional map overlaid with colors representing climatic zones. The map's legends helps you identify each zone. Chart that shows the geographic distributions of the monthly or annual average values of climatic variables, that is temperature, precipitation, relative humidity, percentage of possible sunshine, cloud cover, wind speed and wind directions. All we are getting with the help of this climatic map. Next type is a grid map. This map use grids to help find exact location. The grids are usually set up with letters and boundaries. Now this map, this vertical and horizontal lines is known as a grid. And particular area, if we see this Madagascar, where it has located, with the help of this grid we can immediately recognize where it has located. And for the grid, for the vertical and for the horizontal lines, they are giving some numbers, and with the help of that numbers we are getting ideas about where this location, any region, any place, any country where it has located, we are getting ideas about that grid. And grid map also is very important in the study of geography. Next map is a military maps. It is a topographic maps, and this map showing the details of a city. It delineates street and shows street names, important buildings and other elements of the urban landscapes important to navigations and military operations in urban terrain. And this military map is restricted map. This is only, they are giving this maps only to the military persons. Next is a economic map. An economic or resource map shows the specific types of economic activity or natural resources represent in an area. This is shown through the use of different symbols and colors depending on what is being shown on the map. Economic map shows branches of various productions. These maps are concerns with the trade, commerce, transport of goods, economic conditions, etc. of a country or state or a city. This map also shows the unemployment, energy resource usage, banking and commerce, and world trade. Now these two different maps are representing economic maps. Now in this maps, in which areas they are particular, which economic activities they are doing, both maps are representing that. With the help of this maps we are getting ideas which types of economic activities are running in this particular area. Now next chapter here, next types is a distribution maps. Distribution map shows how population, rainfall, language and religion are distributed in parts of the world. Now with the help of this maps we are getting, suppose this map representing the population density. With the help of that, which areas having densely populated, which areas having moderate population, so we are getting ideas about that. And this distribution maps also are very important map in the geography. Now if we see the general classification of map types, there are two main types, mental types and tangible and non-tangible maps. Now tangible and non-tangible maps are divided again into three different types. One is a reference map, thematic maps and virtual maps. Reference maps has divided into two types, topographic maps and chart maps. Why it called reference maps? Because for the particular, if you want to study about the physiography, so for the physiography we can use topographic map, and in this map we are getting ideas about that, which is the main river, which are the hill ranges located in that area. So these types of man-made and natural features we are getting. And if you want to study about the man-made and natural features, so all information you will get in the topographical maps, and that's why these maps are very important. And charts and plans also is very important. Now second sub types of that tangible map is thematic map. Thematic map, again it has divided into two, qualitative and quantitative. And quantitative maps might be a single variables and multiple variables. Now these maps are the examples of particular maps. Now these two maps representing soil maps in particular area, and this maps is showing the highway or network in particular region, and this map representing the cropping pattern in particular areas. Now let us discuss about the use of maps. Maps are one of the most important tools for the researchers, for the cartographers, for the tourists, for the students, and others also can use this map. With the help of map we can get ideas about that particular area. As a tourist, if I am using map as a tourist, which area is located in particular areas, or where this particular place is located where. So we are getting ideas about that, and that's why these maps are very important in the geographer's life also, and for the common man also. They can be used as a general reference to show landforms, political boundaries, water bodies, and the position of cities. A map gives a minute depictions of a very large place. They gives us the distance into places, mountains, rivers, railway stations, airports, and shapes of places where it has located. We are getting at a glance, and that's why maps are very important. Importance of maps. Cartography or map making has been an important part of the human history for a long time, possibly from past 8,000 years. It seems in ancient Babylon, Greece, and Asian cave painting was used for exploration of newer terrains. In those days also people used to create and use maps as an essential tools to help them define, explain, and navigate their way through the world. Though we have learnt map reading in our high school, I am presenting here some visual vital details of maps reading which I have found very useful in recent year, and that's why the study of different types of maps is very important. And sometimes I show you some maps, a student doesn't know the what is the name of this map, and that's why we have to focus on these different types of map is very important. Thank you.